Gary, take the lead in the second half. Crowd look like they're starting to turn a little bit. Concede so early after that. Was that a real killer for you?
Yeah, I think so. When you go 1-0 up in any game, particularly away from home at a place like West Brom, it's always a tough place to come, regardless of their form, regardless of where they are. Look, we hung on in there a little bit first half, didn't we? We didn't use the ball well enough, but we ended up not conceding too many big chances. A lot of shots from the edge of the box, a lot of opportunities. They didn't really come to anything for them. I thought we defended it really, really well. And they end up getting booed off at half-time, 0-0. So or not necessarily booed off, but you could sense a little bit of disappointment in the crowd because, of course, they should be beating Oxford United. So I think at that point, we just needed to up our game a little bit. Second half, we start quite well. We get a chance. We score the goal, regardless of how it comes about. It's a good run from Shemi, good ball in. I think we dummy it at the near post, and Will finishes it off. So to go 1-0 up, what you need to do then is, of course, you need to make sure you don't make a mistake for 10-15 minutes. Just defend like you did first half. Get to a point where the clock's ticking and we can do something about it. But we didn't. We conceded within literally a minute, I think it was, of a restart, which of course then creates massive momentum for the opposition.
When we have a disappointing afternoon like this, how do you try and find some clarity of what we now need to do going forward to try and turn these performances into results?
Yeah, I think I felt a little bit since the summer that we feel a little bit fell through the cracks in some ways. We're trying to be a team that's better than perhaps we were last season on the ball. I think at the moment we kind of fell in between a little bit. I felt last season we had the ability to grind out more results and be a lot more pragmatic. This season we've just kind of not quite had that ability to do that. We've definitely created more opportunities. We didn't necessarily today, but we've created more opportunities. We've created more chances on goal. Statistically we know that. But we've got to find a better balance, and that's my job to do that. No one else has. I've got to find the right balance for the players. Then the players have to go and perform as well. Then we can't keep making silly mistakes all the time and allow them to win a game with 2 goals that I feel are avoidable.
Leads us into the international break. I know the boys are going to get a bit of rest now because it's the last opportunity until late March. How do you and the team use this opportunity to try and regroup going into the next game against Middlesbrough?
I think we have to reset a little bit. I think that's part of the key to where we are at the moment. We have to reset a tiny bit. We have to find a little bit of a better solution to keeping more clean sheets, reducing the number of goals we keep conceding. You can't concede 2 goals, 3 goals in every game and expect to win those games. You can see clearly when we haven't made those mistakes, we get results. But as soon as we make a couple of mistakes in games, then we get punished. It's a tough division, so we need to find a solution to that. I don't want to be where we are in the league. I understand where we are in the Championship ladder, but at the same time, I do believe that the margins are quite small, and we're letting the margins slip the other way really at the moment, and that's been the frustrating thing.
Ciaron, a frustrating loss in the end. What are the biggest learnings we can take into the international break and the games following?
That we had a lead. We were 1-0 up away from home. Overall, until the first goal, comfortable, limited them to very few chances or very few clear chances, and we had the lead and we've got to do a lot better to keep that lead.
Yeah. You speak about the lead being a thing which we can focus on going forward. Is there many other positives we can take away?
I think up to our goal, I think we were compact as a team. We was at it. We was first balls, second balls, defensively very sound, and we knew we'd create a chance. We knew we'd create a few chances, and we did, and we took it, and just got to be better from when we do take the lead. We've got to see games out. We can't just keep conceding goals.
And it's a game which really played on the atmosphere. In the first half, we soaked up the pressure, and you see the West Brom fans somewhat turning on their players. I guess going forward, do we need to just switch it going forward? So soaking up the pressure, and we've got to focus on scoring?
Yeah, I feel like we could be better in the first half, on the ball especially. I feel like there was times where we could have controlled the game a bit better, but if we are like that for 45 minutes, going in with a clean sheet, we've given ourselves a platform away from home to get a minimum of a point, and it's frustrating that for 60 seconds we had 3 points, and it's not ideal conceding straight after a goal, but even then we've still got a point on the board, and we just got to do a lot more as a team, not just defensively and the keeper. As 11 people, we've got to do more to defend the lead and also control games at times, see games out. Sometimes got to be a bit smarter.
Yeah, and looking forward, it's been a really busy period so far, and over Christmas it's only going to be busier. But we've got the international break. I know you're obviously going away, but it's come at quite a good time where we can just step back and I guess have a few meetings as a team to reflect.
Yes and no. I think as a player you probably want another game quite quick to probably put this right, but also gives us time to work on the things that we do need to work on, because there is things that we need to work on and it's not been good enough. But yeah, it's yes and no, but obviously we'll have the meetings and go over it.
Thank you very much, Ciaron.
Cheers, thank you.